In the previous video, I created 3 different scenarios in our workbook, and now I'm going to go back to those scenarios and do some different activities with them. I'm going to go, of course, back to the Data tab, to the Data Tools, to What If Analysis, and I'm going to open the Scenario Manager, and you can see here the 3 scenarios that we created. And if we want to see the impact of those scenarios on the data in the workbook, we have to show the scenario. And there are a couple of different ways that you can do this. For example, if I wanted to see the reduced prices, I could click on the scenario name and then click Show. And you can see as I did that these numbers changed. I can also simply point to the scenario and double click, and it will show that way as well. So I'm going to set it back to current prices, which is what we started out with. And I'm going to edit the increased prices scenario. So if there's something that I need to change in a scenario, I can just open up the Scenario Manager, choose the scenario I want to edit, and then click the Edit button. So I'm not going to change anything here. Notice that every time I do something with the scenario, however, a comment is added by the program noting the date and who made the modification. Then I'll click OK. And in this particular scenario, I'm just going to change the price of the Sunshine eyeglass frame to $250, and I'm going to click OK. Okay, another item that you can, or another action that you can take with the Scenario Manager is to create a scenario summary. And this is a handy tool because it allows you to compare all of the scenarios in your workbook. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Summary button, and I want to make sure that Scenario Summary is selected, and then the result cells are the cells, say for example you were doing an income statement or a profit and loss, and you wanted to see the impact of some changes within that worksheet on the net income. Then the net income would be your result cell. So for this particular worksheet, I am going to use the dollar sales as my result cells. So I'm going to use the paste names command again. So I'm pressing F3 on my keyboard. I'm going to click dollar sales and click OK. And then I'm going to click OK again. And the result of the summary command is that Excel creates this summary worksheet. And so you see the current values in the workbook, the current prices scenario, the reduced prices scenario, and the increased prices scenario. So this is a quick way to make a comparison between those 3 scenarios. With the Scenario Summary worksheet, you can edit. For example, I could edit cell G14 to say now or never because it represents the sales for the now or never eyeglass frame, and I could change all of those results cells from a cell reference to an eyeglass frame name. I could add a title to the worksheet if I wanted to. I can insert rows and columns and so forth. So you can dress this up any way you would like. And that is a quick overview of how to use the Scenario Manager.